My name is Clara, and I'm 28 years old. I live alone in a cozy but modest apartment in a quiet corner of the city. My life used to be simple: work, home, a cup of tea, and the soft hum of music to unwind. I like the predictability, the calm. But one Friday night changed everything, turning my quiet world upside down and teaching me the strength I didn't know I had. This is my story, a long and emotional journey through fear, resilience, and the courage to reclaim my peace. A simple life. I work as a graphic designer, spending my days creating logos and layouts for clients. It's not glamorous, but it's mine, and I love the way colors and shapes come together to tell a story. My apartment reflects that: a small space filled with plants, a few art prints, and a well-worn couch where I curl up after work. I moved here 2 months ago, after leaving my ex-husband, Nathan. Our marriage had been a slow unraveling, frayed by his unpredictable anger. He'd yell over small things: a late dinner, a misplaced sock. Sometimes, he'd smash a glass or punch a wall. His temper scared me, not because he ever hit me, but because I saw the potential in his clenched fists and blazing eyes. Leaving him was the hardest thing I'd ever done. I packed my bags while he was at work, left a note, and moved into this apartment. I thought that was the end of it. I thought I'd closed the door on that chapter of my life. But I was wrong. The night it changed it was a chilly Friday evening in October. I'd had a long day at work, deadlines piling up, a client who couldn't make up their mind. All I wanted was to relax. I came home, kicked off my shoes, and made a cup of chamomile tea. I changed into my favorite pajamas, soft, faded ones with little stars on them, and turned on a playlist of mellow jazz. The music filled the apartment, soothing my frayed nerves. I was just settling onto the couch when I heard it. Knock knock. The sound was soft, almost hesitant. I froze, my tea halfway to my lips. I wasn't expecting anyone. My friends always texted before coming over, and I didn't order takeout. Maybe it's a neighbor, I thought, or someone at the wrong door. I waited, hoping they'd leave. But then it came again, louder this time: bang bang. My heart skipped a beat. The sound wasn't friendly, it was demanding, insistent. I set my tea down, my hands trembling, and tiptoed to the door. I pressed my eye to the peephole, and my breath caught in my throat. It was Nathan. His face was shadowed, but I'd know him anywhere: the sharp jawline, the dark hair falling over his forehead. My ex-husband, standing outside my apartment, 2 months after I'd left him. My mind raced. What is he doing here? How did he find me? I hadn't told him where I'd moved, hadn't shared my new address with anyone except my best friend, Sophie. The confrontation. I stood there, paralyzed, as he knocked again, harder now. Bang bang bang. The sound echoed in my chest. I took a shaky breath and cracked the door open, just enough to see him, keeping the chain lock in place. What are you doing here, Nathan? I asked, my voice quieter than I wanted it to be. He smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. They were cold, glinting in the dim hallway light. I miss you, Clara, he said, his voice smooth, almost pleading. Can we talk? Just for a minute? My stomach twisted. I'd heard that tone before: charming, manipulative, the one he used when he wanted something. I don't want to talk, I said, trying to sound firm. Please go. His smile faded, replaced by a frown. Come on, Clara. 5 minutes. Let me in. We can fix this. His words were an echo of our past, promises he'd made and broken too many times. I shook my head. There's nothing to fix. It's over. I started to close the door, but his voice changed, low and menacing. Open the door, Clara. Now. My heart pounded so hard I thought it might burst. No, I whispered, pushing the door shut. Before I could lock it, he shoved against it, the chain rattling as the door strained. I slammed my weight against it, fumbling with the deadbolt until it clicked into place. Outside, Nathan was yelling. You can't do this. You're my wife. The door shook as he pounded on it, each bang like a punch to my chest, seeking help. I stumbled back, my legs shaking, and grabbed my phone. My hands were trembling so badly I could barely dial Sophie's number. He's here, I said when she answered, my voice breaking. Nathan's outside. He's angry. I'm scared. Sophie didn't hesitate. Call the police, Clara. Right now. I'm on my way. I hung up and dialed 911, my fingers fumbling over the screen. Please help, I told the operator, my voice barely above a whisper. My ex-husband is trying to get into my apartment. The woman on the line was calm, professional. Stay inside, lock the doors, and don't open them for anyone. We're sending officers now. Can you stay on the line? I nodded, even though she couldn't see me, and sank to the floor, clutching the phone like a lifeline. As I waited, my mind spiraled. Memories of Nathan flooded back, the good ones, when he'd bring me coffee in bed or laugh at my terrible jokes, and the bad ones, when his anger turned our home into a battlefield. I'd loved him once, or at least I'd loved the version of him I thought he could be. But that man was gone, replaced by this stranger banging on my door, demanding to be let in. The police arrived. 10 minutes felt like an eternity, but finally, I heard a new voice outside. "Sir, step away from the door." Relief washed over me, followed by a fresh wave of fear. Nathan wasn't leaving quietly. "She belongs with me," he shouted. "You don't understand." The officer's voice was firm. "No means no. Leave now, or we'll have to take you in." There was more yelling, more arguing, but eventually, I heard footsteps fading down the hall. The officer knocked gently. "Ma'am, it's the police. He's gone. Can you open the door?" I unlocked it with shaking hands. 2 officers stood there, a man and a woman, their faces kind but serious. "Are you okay?" the woman asked. I nodded, though I wasn't sure I was. They asked me questions: how long we'd been separated, if he'd done this before, if I had a restraining order. I didn't, but they gave me information on how to get one. "Change your locks," the man said. "And call us if he comes back." I thanked them, my voice barely audible, and they left. Aftermath: I didn't sleep that night. I sat on the couch, lights on, jumping at every creak and rustle outside. My tea had gone cold, the jazz playlist looping endlessly. I kept replaying the night, Nathan's cold eyes, his angry voice, the way he'd said, "Just 5 minutes." I wondered if he'd come back, if he was waiting somewhere, watching. The thought made my skin crawl. The next morning, I called a locksmith and had the locks changed. I ordered a small security alarm online, one that would alert me if anyone tried to get in. I stood in front of my bathroom mirror, staring at my reflection, pale, tired, but alive. "You're safe now," I told myself. "You're strong." But the words felt hollow. I was still scared, still shaken. Sophie came over that afternoon, bringing coffee and a fierce hug. "You did the right thing," she said. "You stood your ground." I cried then, not just from fear but from the weight of it all. "What if he comes back?" I asked. She squeezed my hand. "Then you call the police again. And you keep living your life. Don't let him take that from you." A changed woman that night changed me. I used to be quiet, soft-spoken, the kind of person who avoided conflict at all costs. I'd stay silent when Nathan yelled, hoping to keep the peace. But now, I'm different. I listen to my fear, but I don't let it control me. I speak up. I protect myself. I've started taking small steps to reclaim my life, going to therapy, joining a self-defense class, even painting again, filling my apartment with canvases of bold colors and wild shapes. Some people, old friends, distant relatives, said Nathan just wanted to talk, that I overreacted. But they didn't hear his voice, didn't see the way his eyes burned with something dark and dangerous. I did. And I know I made the right choice. I won't live in fear, not anymore. A message of hope. This is my story, and I share it because I know I'm not alone. If you've ever felt afraid, if you've ever had to stand up to someone who scared you, I see you. You deserve peace. You deserve safety. You deserve love that doesn't come with fear. Trust your instincts. Listen to your heart. And if you're learning English, like so many of the people who might read this, know that your voice matters. No matter how small it feels. Thank you for listening to Clara's story. If you felt her fear, her pain, her strength, you're not alone. This story is for everyone who's ever been afraid but found the courage to keep going. Please like, share, and subscribe to English Stories with Maya. More powerful, emotional stories are coming, all in simple English, just for you. If you're scared, speak up. If you're hurt, heal. And if you're learning, I'm here for you. With love, Maya.